a cost estimate from TNB for nuclear electricity, which was 0.2 ringgit per kilowatt hour.
0.2 ringgit?
Yes. Now, if one converts that into other currencies, it would be far cheaper. It would mean that Malaysia could generate nuclear electricity far more cheaply than the countries where we have good detailed data like the UK and the USA. Now, I don't believe that the difference in labour costs could account for the huge discrepancy. And what I would like to do is to challenge TNB to provide not a bottom line, which no doubt has come from your friends in South Korea, but a detailed costing of the kind that has been done by CA Severance in the United States, who estimates that the current cost of new nuclear power in the USA is between 25 and 30 US cents per kilowatt hour. And although you might raise your eyebrows, he provides a detailed set of assumptions to go through. So would you please provide the same equivalent calculation to try to justify the incredibly, absurdly, unbelievably low cost estimates that TNB is producing for nuclear power? Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's a good input for us. Like I said, at the end of the day, any decision for us to plant up, whatever new planting up or power plant, will have to be driven by whether it's commercially makes sense or not. We will not go, if let's say we have a cheaper option of producing, if let's say renewable is cheaper compared to so-called nuclear, definitely that will be the most what so-called logical option for us to choose. It's not that at any cost we will go into nuclear. No, it is an option that in case we have to go into nuclear. Yes, I agree with you. The costing that was given to us, very preliminary, was given by some of probably comes from the eastern part of the world. But nonetheless, we will study. That's why I said, whatever you want to do, we need a long planning horizon for us to embark into nuclear. That's why we are giving ourselves 20 years. Either we want to go to nuclear or not. Let's understand the what's so-called the technology. Let's understand the costing. Let's understand the threat of nuclear. All that before we can even get ourselves involved in nuclear so-called energy production. But again, I just recall one question just now, because I think Mr. Gloomy said just now, how sure are we that so-called uranium prices not going to go up? Again, this is the info given to me. What they have told me is that, well, unlike what's so-called gas, there are competing use of gas as well as coal. There's always coal and gas. If you don't use coal, there are other use for gas and coal. But uranium, there's no other use for uranium except for one, energy generation, and probably, I think the other one, I don't think anybody wants to indulge into, right? So that's the only use of uranium. So there's no other use for uranium. So that's why uranium prices may not go up as what we have seen the experience of gas or coal prices, because there's no other use for uranium.
So the reason that nuclear power costs are escalating so fast, as estimated in the US, is because the capital cost is escalating so rapidly.
You want to know why?
The capital cost and the interest during construction.
No, you want to know why the capital cost has gone up?
So?
Because a lot of safety measures have been put in.
No.
Never mind, we can debate on that. No, I think I can tell you, that is the reason. Because what I've been told is that one of the reasons why the cost has gone up, because now, in fact, they have already come up with a system that is what they call, the system will shut off itself in case if there is anything's wrong with the plant. I don't know. Again, this is something that we don't know. We don't have much knowledge on this one. That's why we give us time to study on all this. Don't stop us from studying all this.
Also, I think you need to check the uranium price. I think in the last 2 years it's raised like 3 times. Yes.
But it won't go up as high as.
Since you mentioned the uranium is fluctuation as much as
price definitely will go up, I think.
No, it's fluctuating. You can check.
Definitely, I would imagine.
More than the fossil.
More than?
Yeah, more than fossil.
More than fossil fuel.
Don't think so.
More than coal.
We can check.
I doubt so. I disagree with you on that one. Sorry?
Oh, we don't have a planet though.
The price of coal.
This
Yeah, the price-
relevant.
Gold.
Coal.
Gold has gone up. Yeah. Everything has gone up, except tariff you want to stay. I have that problem. Everybody wants tariff to remain low.
I think we need to bring this discussion to
Yeah,
an end.
okay.